Become a champion in just 3 months of training. I've done this with fighters before. Now, to be clear, champion, am I saying a professional champion? No. Am I even saying an open division amateur champion? No. But a novice champion, yes. You become a state novice champion in just 3 months of training, and this is how I've done it with my fighters. The first fighter I ever trained that won a novice state title, he only had about 3 months of training, and he won state novice golden gloves. He went 3-0 in the tournament, and boom. Now, a couple caveats for that is that he was a super heavyweight. So the super heavyweight, the competition maybe isn't as steep as it is at maybe like a welterweight or middleweight division. So just things to keep in mind. But nevertheless, here are the fundamentals that allowed me as a coach to fast track this individual to success. And now they're a professional fighter that is undefeated and has great success. All right, so let's talk about what that structure looks like, the exact recipe. So first off, the days of training. How many days a week did they train? Did they train 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week to become a champion in 3 months? Well, they only trained about 3 days a week. That's it, 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, all right? Maybe you got an extra day in here and there, but that's about it. Sparring days, how many days they spar? They spar like 4 or 5 days a week, right? No, they only sparred about 1 day a week. Why is that? Because you want to allow the body time to recover from those sessions because it's something new for the body. Then also as well, you want to make it so that every sparring session you're actually getting better. Let me give you an example of where this person started at. I have video evidence of this person, this great fighter. They were turning their back in sparring the first few times. They had so much trouble, just like anyone else when they start out, but they beat those things because of themselves and also because of this recipe. How many days a week did they run? They ran about 1 to 2 times a week. That's it, all right? And the runs were also not long runs. They were mainly sprints. Now, are longer runs good? Yes, they are. But this is, again, the fast track, the recipe to get there super fast. Now, food. Let's talk about food intake. What they eat? Basic. Basic whole foods, but primarily a focus on things like eggs, not raw eggs, cooked eggs, and veggies. So lean meats. You can also put in there things like chicken as well, and veggies. You got this, and you're good to go. Now let's talk about some things that they did not do, all right? Or let's go into the specifics of the training, but first talk about things they did not do, all right? So on this side, let's go through these different items, classic boxing training stuff here, and let me dispel some myths, at least if you want to fast track yourself to success as a novice boxer. All right, speed bag. They do speed bag? No, they didn't even know how to hit a speed bag, all right? So they did not do that. Jump rope? No, they never jumped rope in the 3 months. Double M bag? Couldn't hit one. Didn't know how to hit one. Sauna suit? Nope, absolutely no reason for it whatsoever. Core conditioning, meaning slamming medicine balls into their stomach or having people punch their stomach? Nope, not a need for it. Weightlifting? Nope, they didn't need to do it either because it wasn't the focus. There's a sports science acronym, SAID, SAID, specific adaptations to impose demands. And weightlifting is not the specific thing that you're doing that's going to allow you to be successful with boxing, so therefore, don't do it, all right? There's a time and a place to periodize it in, perhaps, but if you want to fast track yourself to success in 3 months, become a champion, drop it out. Flipping tires? Nope, again, same thing. Chopping wood? Nope, they didn't do that either, all right? Now, what did they do? They shadow box. That's how you work on your technique, but it's also how you work on your conditioning. Like I've talked about in previous videos, shadow boxing for technique, but also for conditioning. When you're throwing punches for a 2-minute round, because that's what you fight as a novice, a 2-minute round, 3 2-minute rounds, and you're throwing punches hard, twisting your body, rotating and extending your punches all the way out there, that's very tiring. Because think about it, when you make someone miss punches in a fight, everyone talks about that, oh, he's missing punches, he's missing hard punches, that's tiring him out. You're right, it is, but it won't, or as much, if you actually practice to miss in the sense that your body is accustomed to it. Also, you're less likely for injury. So, shadow boxing, doing it in front of the mirror, but also visualizing. So using the whole ring, visualizing that person in front of you, defensively and offensively with that imaginary opponent to allow you to work on what you did from sparring, to allow you to integrate what you're working on with the mitts and things like that. Ring movement. A lot of their leg conditioning was not, again, a lot of running or things like that, but it was literally moving around the ring, corner to corner, things like that, circles in the ring, non-stop movement, changing directions. Again, if we're going to make this person successful in 3 months, this is the type of stuff we need to do because this is the type of stuff their body needs to be adapted for and conditioned for. So we got a ring movement. Then mitt work, all right? So when you do it right, it allows for the coach, you as the coach or you as the fighter, to actually work on specific scenarios, specific things that they're going to be doing, like just even stepping in with a jab, with 3 or 4 jabs, driving someone back, and then throwing a combination of things like that, and then moving off the side and whatnot. Those simple things, or blocking shots and shooting shots. But I tell you, just putting your punches together is the main thing. And that's one thing that led them to their success, is that through that mitt work, primarily, specifically back then too, when I fast-tracked this person, I was just starting to coach, I didn't even work that much on counters and things like that. It was really just putting combos together. 1-1-2-3-2-1-1. 1-1-2, 3 to the body, 3-2-1-1. 1-1-4-3-2-1-1. Just basic things, starting and finishing with the jab, those basic fundamentals, which, again, at that novice level, is going to fast-track you success. But also, at the higher levels as well, the guys that forget that stuff and the gals that forget that stuff, they end up getting caught eventually, all right? It's like with some of our open division fighters right now. It's something I'm reminding them right now, to utilize that jab and double, triple jabs, all right? So everything was a double, triple jab, and it was all putting punches together, and the mitt work forces you to throw when the coach makes you throw, all right? So that's the thing that's different about shadow boxing or bag work or even sparring, is that when you hit mitts and you as the coach or you or the fighters working with the coach is doing it well, they're making you throw when you don't want to throw. And man, that's an extra conditioning element to it as well, while also working technique, also making people miss as well some of their punches on the mitts purposefully, so that they know how to actually miss and be on balance and recover. And when they miss a shot, perhaps come back with another shot, things like that. All right, then we got our drills. Doing drills with another partner, because again, boxing is new to this person. They're going from zero, no boxing experience, to winning a state title in 3 months. So they need to actually know how, where to hit somebody. Because it's real funny, even if someone wants to be boxer, things like that, they'll subconsciously, because we're programmed since we're little kids, fortunately, to not actually punch people in the face and things like that, and to punch them in the shoulder and whatnot. But you want to get them to get that accuracy, so they're aiming for the soft tissues, things like that, aiming for the right place on the body. So doing that drill, and then also them defending punches, so they get used to those punches, so they decondition their blink reflex and things like that, and they allow and they learn how to relax a little bit while fire is coming at them. But again, they know what's coming at them, so it allows them to really just step by step up to different levels of ability and learning the techniques. So we got our drills. They do partner drills. Back then, I tell you, when I took this person in 3 months, we just did like 1-1-2-3-2-1-1, and the person would block all those punches. Or it's like 1-3-2, and a boom, boom, boom. And they just block those punches, that's it. But you're just getting used to those shots coming at you in a controlled fashion, which allows you to then translate that to sparring. They would do their sparring about once a week. And guess what? They would spar sometimes with people less than them, but a lot of times, most of the time, ideally, with someone that's better than them. Because you always want to spar harder than you fight. Now, granted, let's say you're fast-tracking yourself for your first tournament or whatever it is. If you only go in there with a whole bunch of killers that are way above you and you can't even get a shot off, you're not even getting an opportunity to really see what works at all and find any type of thing to cling onto that you can repeat and replicate that is success. All right, so you're just getting beat the hell out of or whatever. Obviously, it's not going to be beneficial. So you want to get someone who's a couple steps above you, but you're still able to hit them and connect punches, and it reinforces all the other training. And then also sometimes working with people that are at your stage lesser than you, which is kind of hard to find in 3 months, but just is what it is. And working on the fundamentals of just the jab and things like that. I remember putting this individual with other folks who are just starting out, like a month into training, right before they were going to fight, and it's just, hey, focus on the jab, double, triple on the jab, moving and working a little bit of defense so they get comfortable as well, so they feel what it feels like to be more competent than the other person. And then last is film study. So important, so powerful, because there's something called mirror neurons. Neurons in our brain that actually fire when we see someone do something that mimics and mirrors the actual neurons in our own brain that would fire if we perform the activity. So that's where if you ever got into really like watching a boxing fight or a sporting event of some type, and you like kind of want to do the movements with them, and you kind of feel that jerk, that's the mirror neurons firing off. And the same thing happens when you study film. Also, when I say studying film too, I also mean their sparring sessions. We filmed their sparring sessions and then went over the sparring sessions. They watched them, saw what they did well, then they saw what they needed to work on, and then we developed little plans along the way of how to build on that and how to capitalize what we're doing well and how to fix any holes we had, all right? So really just these was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that focused on for 3 months, depending on a couple other factors and a little bit of luck, will lead you to an amateur championship as a novice. So let's go over what this looked like throughout the week. So you got Monday. I'm pretty sure they're on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Saturday. So Monday, we start off with just shadow boxing to warm up. Boom, 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 boom. Then we go into some mitt work. Then we do some drills. And then we finish off with shadow boxing. We start the session off and close the session with shadow boxing. Same thing here. Same exact thing. And then here, boom, 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 boom. And then we have sparring here. And of course, on these days in between, they're studying film, things like that. You might fit into maybe one of these days, we might end with some sprints or something like that. Actually, we wouldn't do it on Friday, right? Because that's right before sparring. So we do it probably actually here or here. We put in those sprints. And then that's it, guys. That's the simple recipe that my father taught me to take someone from zero to novice champion. And so I've seen it work for multiple guys, and I know it will work for you as well, or for the boxer you're training. All right, guys? If you like this video, make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and also comment if you have any thoughts or anything that you want me to talk more about. All right, guys? Get after it.